out-of-body experience.
Welcome to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast.
Welcome back to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast with your host Logan and
Backlash.
and today we are recapping what happened last night on Backlash.
Backlash.
It was
Backlash.
It was a pretty good card. I liked. I thought all the matches were pretty good, but there's obviously some more important things that we need to talk about. But let's start with Trick Williams and Sami Zayn.
Whoop that trick. Great match. Great match.
I liked it, and I liked that Sami is embracing the heel.
Yeah, they definitely are going straight into the double turn here. And I like the way they're doing it, too, with making it super subtle, where Sami pretty much is trying to be the face, and Trick's not really doing anything.
It's the same thing that Kevin Owens is doing, although Kevin was more aggressive about it.
Yeah, and so it works great. That SmackDown stuff with him sitting next to Johnny at the funeral, that's grade A stuff right there.
Well, I did see somebody was wondering why the murderer was allowed at the funeral.
That is true. That was a little strange. You'd think they would have kicked him out of there a little bit, but no, the match is great. I mean,
Lil Yachty is perfect. I'm really liking Lil Yachty.
Yeah, Lil Yachty does exactly what he needs to do as a celebrity manager. He just gives enough of the spotlight to him that enhances the match instead of taking away from the match.
He took a couple nasty bumps though.
Oh,
that haluva kick that he took at the end there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get sugarcoated anything there. He got laid out, so.
And I did find out that it was actual real dollar bills he was throwing at the end.
I saw that, yeah. Hey, man, that's where you got to go to Backlash. You get some money in Tampa. But pretty good match.
Trick Williams comes out on top, as he should have. And Sami, there was a nice camera shot of Sami on the outside sitting up next to the ring while Trick and Lil Yachty were on the rope. So that was a nice little shot right there.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we'll talk about the other guy that's going on later on in this happened at the show, but I wouldn't mind seeing Sami Zayn. And I think this should be done.
Yes.
Trick needs to go on to find somebody else.
And I think they are going to do that.
Yeah, which good. But I would love to see Sami get roped into a little bit of Danhausen's nonsense now. And just see how that
I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind seeing Sami just beat the head. I mean, if you're going to really turn this guy heel, beat the crap out of Danhausen.
Yeah. Join the Miz.
See what happens. Yeah. And we'll talk about that later. But I'm thinking Danhausen it's time to move on to somebody else.
Probably.
And what better perfect person than Sami?
I would, I think that'd be pretty good.
To drive home the fact that Sami's just a complete dick now. Taking out Danhausen. So.
I think we went 5 for 5 on our picks.
Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you listen to BOW picks. 5 for 5.
Although we got some things wrong with like prediction what was going to happen during the match.
Yeah,
but
yeah. It's all speculation.
But let's talk about the match that opened the night.
On the facts.
And that was Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
It was great opener. That's what you want out of an opener. It raised the level. It didn't take it to the next level that I kind of thought they would, but it did what it needed to do. It made Braun look like a dominant force.
Yep.
And it protected Seth enough.
Yeah, you said that he doesn't need to win anymore. He's reached that level.
He didn't need to win, but it was nice that at least they protected him a little bit and didn't make him just get squashed.
There was one moment in that match when Rollins he flings off the ropes to off the top rope to reverse Braun Breaker, and he lands on his knees, but he doesn't land all the way. He kind of like buckles a little bit, and I'm just screaming. I'm like, Seth, what are you doing?
I know.
Your knees are held together with bubble gum and popsicle sticks and dreams.
I mean, he's 40 or almost 40. I can't remember.
He's close. I don't think he's 40 yet. He's close.
I mean, come on, man. Let's be careful a little bit out there.
Your knees are made of glass. You can't be doing this.
But I like how they use the vision little. Like, just enough.
Yeah, Seth got the chair out. The crowd goes crazy. And then he waits for Theory and Paul to get there because he knew they were coming.
Yeah. So it's nice to get that. At least you get that little bit of buffer so he doesn't just get squashed out there. A little
Oh,
Michael Buffer. Oh, your turn.
uh, uh, I don't have another buffer. Warren Buffett.
Grease. No, that's different. You can't do
I
that.
don't have another buffer.
Grease Buffer.
Who?
Grease.
Grease buffer.
Yeah, you gotta get the grease buffer out. To get rid
Oh,
of
I thought you.
grease.
Well, they can't name a
See what I
product.
did?
You got to name a person.
Yes, you can. You can do anything with the name. Learn to play the game. It's all about the game.
Backlash.
Backlash. It's backlash. Yeah, so it protected him. It made him look like it kept him so he didn't get buried, and then you get Braun into that next level where I still think I was reading a lot that it looks like people think this should be done.
I don't know about
I think
that.
you need to have that one last blow off.
You need to have at least one more match.
You got Clash in Italy, or if you don't want to use it there, you have 2 Saturday Night's main events coming up. You get a nice street fight. You get a nice steel cage. The classic blow-off match. And then you part their ways going into SummerSlam and see what 2 big matches you want to build there.
Yeah, I think they definitely need to have at least one more match. I don't think this one match was enough for the rivalry to be over.
Yeah, I can see the classic steel cage match at the Saturday Night's main event in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, where Seth
being
says
the perfect place
that's the only way to keep the Vision out of it or something.
Yeah, and I can see him doing even on a Raw, maybe a street fight here or there to lead up to that match. And maybe Seth gets the win in the street fight, and
then they have the blow
catches
off,
him, and then they had the big blow off at a steel cage match or some sort of blow off match type thing at maybe one of the. I don't think because from what I'm hearing, it looks like Clash of Italy. You already got Cody and Gunther, and it looks like Roman's going to be there too.
Yeah, he's here for the summer.
Well, he's here till Clash of Italy apparently, because he ain't going to be at Night of Champions.
Oh,
so because didn't you hear that big controversy? You lived in Iraq.
Maybe.
Remember they announced his dates?
Oh, right.
Through June,
right.
And then they cut it back off because he won't be at Night of Champions. Which then some people are thinking he's going to lose the title before Night of Champions.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. They don't want to. They don't want to do the crown jewel thing eventually, where it's Cody and Roman. You don't want to blow that.
Yeah. So who knows? But so it looks like that you're going to get Roman and maybe Fatu again at Clash in Italy. So I doubt they'll put Rollins. They don't usually like to hit it with 3 giant matches. So I wouldn't see him putting Rollins and Breaker in Clash in Italy.
That could be a Saturday Night's main event then, more than.
Yeah, and that could be your main event of a Saturday Night's main event. You get the steel cage or whatever you end up doing with it.
They should go back to the blue steel cage.
That would be kind of cool in Madison Square Garden. Too stiff.
Yeah.
Too stiff. So yeah, but I like the way they ended up. I love they did my favorite spot of Rollins all time where he hits the spear into the pedigree.
Yep. Yeah.
Love that spot.
That is a nice. It looks really good when it works.
Yeah. If you mess it up a little bit, it doesn't look great, but Rollins always hits it pretty decent. Love that spot. I loved his entrance. He had really cool entrance, Shield vibes. Anything Seth Rollins been doing attire-wise since he came back.
Seth never disappoints with the black. Though.
Yeah, but I was never a big fan of all the over-the-top, giant boots.
I like that. I thought they were funny.
But all this, the more sleek black look he's been going with lately.
The John Wick style?
Yeah, I've been liking that a lot. So
it looks good.
He's been really pulling that off good. So.
We'll get to...
So yeah, I liked everything there. So.
We'll get to the EO and Asuka thing because I have some thoughts on that. But let's talk about Danhausen. Because...
does it get much better than Danhausen?
I don't think it does.
Really?
I think Danhausen is the best thing going other than Obafemi right now in the company.
What... Everything, it's one thing to be a goofy gimmick and just to be yeah, it's funny. Yeah, but it's another thing that you're a goofy gimmick, you can get over, and the goofy, crazy nonsense you do, can make sense into the story.
Yeah.
You saw on SmackDown, he makes the cloning machine.
Mm-hmm. He put his own tooth in there.
At that point, you should have known, as a fan, that you're not getting a big name.
Yeah. Well,
that should have been your first sign.
I fell into the trap. I did.
Yeah, of course.
I need
you thought CM Punk was going to be dressed at Danhausen face paint and come out.
I need to remember that WWE does this now. They where they build something up But to them, they're just gonna have something funny happen. To the fans and to us, we're thinking too big. I need to remember going forward
Yeah.
that I need to lower the expectations for who the mystery thing is going to be, because they're going to do more than mystery stuff. So I need to remember, because I was thinking CM Punk, obviously, because they have that connection, Coleman Punk. They have that friendship outside.
I get you.
And I thought it'd be funny to open the box, the cloning machine box, and Punk comes out wearing the Danhausen makeup. That'd be hilarious. And but then you interview Punk, and he doesn't have any he doesn't acknowledge it at all. That would have been funny. So
Well, but you also got to think about what makes sense, and that's what's so funny is that people that hate on Danhausen say it doesn't make any sense. It's illogical. I can't suspend my disbelief. And yet, literally, when all this stuff happens, when it's like there's a giant box. Who's going to be in the box?
Chris Jericho,
The Rock. It's like, that's illogical. If The Rock's coming back, he ain't coming back in a stupid box.
yeah, who would be dumb enough to be in a box? Danhausen would be.
CM Punk's last match was one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. You think the next thing he does is come out in Danhausen paint and just pretend like he's a totally different person on the next PLE?
It would be pretty funny.
Like, this is what people like. I don't get what people like. Use logic. If he comes out with the cloning machine, it ain't gonna. Now, the only thing I could see is if it was the cloning machine, and how they always make the joke that he's like 300 pounds or whatever it is, and he's 6'8", whatever he is, 8 foot tall.
And it's Obafemi who comes out.
And it's like, or it's Omos, and like Danhausen paint. That's funny. Like that, because he's cloned. Get it? It's his clone. But you're not getting The Rock. Like, that's what I was reading somebody's post after the show, and they were just trashing the Danhausen thing.
Yeah, I saw. We'll talk about that.
How it was Minihausen, and which I love. Well, no, it's Minihausen.
I know it's Minihausen, but Cole was calling him Luchahausen.
But I do love the fact that was the Masquerita.
Yeah.
Sagrada.
Well, I heard it was
one of my favorites.
El Torito.
Yeah, that's who that is.
Oh, he did that too?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Masquerita Sagrada. One of the greatest.
Yes. I just didn't know he did El Torito too. I thought it was somebody else.
Yeah, he did El Torito too. Yeah, he's a classic. Lucha, he did Lucha.
Yeah, Masquerita's great.
Lucha Underground. Yeah. Love Masquerita. And he was great that match.
He was really good.
And but it's just like, I was reading this guy's thing, and he's talking about how it's so stupid, and why would it be just this little. Well, we already saw the little guys. To be fair,
they established them at WrestleMania. Yep.
Yeah, so we already know that they exist. Now you get the clone version of him, which is Masquerita. But then I'm like reading this guy's thing, and I post, why can't you just have fun? Like, why does it have to be so super serious all the time? I was like, who'd you expect to come out of there? The Rock? And it's like, that's the problem with wrestling fans nowadays. You think The Rock's coming out of the cloning machine. You think CM Punk's coming out of the cloning machine. Like, they didn't know. That's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, they got to stop making big-time announcements and saying that this is going to be amazing. They never did any of that with Danhausen.
No, the fans made it bigger than it was supposed to be.
He's going to get, and then the fans do this every single time there's any kind of mystery. They say, oh, it's going to be this guy. It's going to be this guy. It's going to be, oh, I can't believe Jericho's coming back. Now, to be fair, we do that sometimes too. But I feel like sometimes we do that in a pseudo, I hope so, but do I really think that's going to happen? Like with the Masked Man, did I really think it was going to be Chris Jericho?
No, but you wanted it to be.
No. But did I want it to be just to see Jericho back? Yes. I mean, like, when it ended up being Austin Theory, does that kind of make sense in terms of the story? Yes, that made more sense. Everyone was upset because they put everybody else inside that mask. It's all the same thing. We have to temper our expectations. Why can't we have lower expectations and then be so super happy when it's something amazing? Instead, we're always just
That's not how wrestling fans work.
It's just crazy. That Danhausen, Minihausen thing was amazing.
I thought it was fantastic.
That match was amazing. The fact that they cursed him, the fact that they did the the spot with the fire extinguisher was hilarious. They did the reverse curse, which was amazing.
This is WWE.
That was the funniest part of the match.
This is what WWE is. This is what they've built their brand on. That's
what wrestling is. See, this is what people don't realize. Wrestling was from the circus. And then this is what you had. You had the main eventers. You had the big time names that were super serious wrestlers. And that's what you came to see. But then while you're at the show, you get to see all the hilarity and all the stupidness and all the funny gags. It's like going to the circus. You're going to see those, high flyer acts jumping through the air, being crazy, death-defying stuff. But then what do they distract you with? The clowns. That's Danhausen. He's just a clown. He's out there to make you laugh. He's out there to be entertaining, so that way you're not just going boom, 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 heart, like this is amazing, this is amazing, this. Oh, let's laugh over here. Let's bring it down a little bit. Let's laugh, and then we can go back up. That's what that is for.
There's a reason that independent companies are still independent and haven't taken off like WWE did. There's a reason that guys like Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate had to put on luchador masks and fake being luchadors because they weren't getting over because they had no personality and they could only wrestle really good. And they're great wrestlers, but they have they're bland personalities. They had to put on a mask to become something. You have to
have the personality. And I think, Pete Dunne got screwed. Only because he got stuck in that stupid gimmick with Sheamus.
Yeah, true. The Brawling Brute thing.
And got turned into Butch.
Yeah.
And then that drove him down. Because when he was doing his Pete Dunne and the UK champ, he was on top. But I get what you're saying. You got to, if you want to be the best wrestler, you also have to have an amazing personality. You're telling me that if Kenny Omega didn't have the personality they did, just because he does all these good matches, you'd be like, yes, this guy's a main eventer. No, he'd be stuck in the lowest part of the card because he's boring. I don't think that's what people understand. Wrestling, yes, it's about the wrestling, and you want to see great wrestling matches,
and you can have your Shawn Michaels and your Kenny Omegas and your Will Ospreys.
Okay, but you're saying all those names, and what could all of those guys do?
They could do the comedy side, or
they're entertaining. Side. They can be anything you want them to be. Kurt Angle could be the ultimate crazy
wrestling machine.
The wrestling machine, the Super Olympic gold medalist.
Super serious.
Could out wrestle anybody, and he could also talk about liking little boys.
He can wear a little tiny cowboy.
And he's singing with Stone Cold, and he's doing the milk truck. That's what makes those guys amazing. You have to have the whole package. And I'm not saying Danhausen's an amazing wrestler. He's great. He's a good wrestler. There's nothing wrong with his wrestling. But he's there to be the clown.
Although he had to change his finisher because Punk stole it. Punk gave him the GTS, but then when Punk unretired, he had to take it back. So he had to change his finisher.
I don't mind the little bro kick-esque move. There's nothing wrong with that. The pump kick, I think, is what they called it on the show last night. But my thing is when you go to the circus and you see the clowns, you don't sit there and say, well, this is a waste of my time. That's part of the show. And that's what Danhausen is. He's part of the show.
Wrestling fans have become so trained on we need good wrestling. No fun is allowed. Five-star matches every single match on the card.
And that's one of the things that sometimes gets tiring about AEW. Is because that's why people say, oh man, their pay-per-views are amazing pay-per-views. But they're so long. Because they give you 6 or 7, 8 matches. And they're all like 20-minute matches. And they're all trying to be 5-star matches. Like, you don't have any air to breathe. That's what it sometimes bothers me about the way WWE does their... Like, what happened at WrestleMania? They gave you too much time, but they gave you time to breathe with commercials that just bored you. Instead of doing backstage segments. That was the art of the backstage segment back in the old days. Was that it was that buffer to the next match. You go backstage and you see Ron Simmons coming into an awkward situation saying, damn, what, like, oh, and that was funny. It got a pop, and then we're back to wrestling.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Like, why are people like, oh, Ron Simmons, that's hilarious. and then we can't like Danhausen. Why? Because it's too childish? Is it really? He's stealing people's hair and cloning people. Like, I wouldn't say he's a super, like, just because he wears face paint, he has to be a kid thing? Like...
Well, speaking of, you mentioned the critics earlier when you were talking about that, you tweeted at that guy or whatever. And I went down the rabbit hole. I was on WWE's Twitter, and they had posted a video about Danhausen. And they had posted the video of him. I think it was the video where Miz hits himself with the fire extinguisher, and Michael Cole says, "This is wrestling," and all that kind of stuff. And there was a guy that replied to that and said, "No, Michael Cole, this is not wrestling. This is an embarrassment." And he was just going on and on about how stupid it was and how it ruined the sanctity of wrestling and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's so much sanctity.
And
do we forget that Mae Young gave birth to a hand?
And that's exactly what the replies to his reply was. It was.
What are we talking about?
It was the replies. Some person, I think it might have been O'Shea Jackson Jr. who did it. Somebody laid out a list of all these goofy things that happened.
Yes.
And saying like this is exactly fitting into what we love about wrestling in WWE. I just couldn't
Triple
believe
H had sex with Kane's girlfriend who's dead that ended up being a dummy. What are we talking about? Wrestling has sanctity. That's the point of wrestling. You're supposed to suspend your disbelief and believe that in this insane, crazy world that you can have Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu go out there and beat the snot out of each other and have an amazing main event. And you can also have the same exact card Danhausen and his little mini version of himself beat up Miz and Kit Wilson. That's what wrestling is. That's wrestling.
Yeah.
Not this bull crap that everyone talks about where it's like it has to be 5 stars. It has to be best bout machine stuff. It has to be that. It has to be entertaining. That's all wrestling is. If you want to go watch wrestling just to be wrestling, go watch RAF. That's wrestling. If you want to just watch straight up wrestling, that's wrestling. You want to watch WWE, you're going to get that bull crap because that's what a WWE is. If you go, AEW does it too. It's not like they don't. I mean, my God, they got Orange Cassidy going around. He's been there for 6-7 years now. No one ever says anything about Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, they always pop for him when he puts his hands in his pockets.
We're popping for his hands in his pockets, and yet Danhausen's out here cloning himself, and we hate his guts. What is the difference?
I don't know because it's AEW, I guess.
It doesn't matter.
And they're more quote unquote serious
and you can't
program.
tell me it's because Orange Cassidy actually puts on great wrestling matches. Danhausen, if you never watched him, just because he hasn't done it in WWE yet, he wrestles great.
One more thing
blows my mind.
One more thing on the Danhausen thing. I did see somebody was there. While I was on this WWE video that they had posted, when I saw the other comment about I've never seen so many people that are fans of the Miz. I thought everybody hated the Miz, but in this video, all of the Miz fans rose from the ashes and started defending the Miz, saying how this.
You know what happens?
What?
This is what happens with people like Miz.
I like the Miz.
Is that people? Oh, I love the Miz. I think he's one of the greatest.
I think he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, by far. He gets no credit.
No.
For doing the stuff he did. But what happens to the Miz is that he goes out there and people hate his guts. Mm-hmm. But as soon as they feel like he's being treated unfairly, they're like, whoa. We're allowed to say the Miz sucks, but you can't actually show us that he sucks. That's not fair.
Some guy even said, this guy main evented a WrestleMania, bro. What's he doing fighting Danhausen?
Yeah. It's like, you want to know why they put the Miz with Danhausen? Because the Miz is such a great performer that he gets Danhausen over so easy. Mm-hmm. What other guy are you putting in there? And Danhausen's going to his house, stealing his girl's bike, and the Miz sells it like it's legit happening.
That's my daughter's bike.
That's why he took my daughter's bike. No, there's no other guy on that
level.
His
daughter's bike down the street.
You can't. There's just nobody. He makes you believe everything that happens. I mean, he's gone into this ever since he's been cursed. He's gone in this huge crash.
Yeah, he stepped in gum. He got Maurice thrown in the wedding cake.
I mean, like he commits 100% to everything he does. and that's why he's one of the best wrestlers that has ever been in WWE.
Well, that's the thing. You
especially
just emphasize
from where he started.
You just emphasize wrestler. The reason why people hate them is because they don't think he's very good at wrestling.
But that's not true. He's amazing. You want to know why? Because he can work with everybody.
Big guys, little guys, luchadors.
He could go out there and have the match last night with Danhausen, and then if you told me The Miz came out tonight on Raw, or tomorrow on Raw, came out and said, I'm done with this crap. I'm challenging Roman for the title.
Whoa.
You're telling me that that wouldn't be a good match?
No,
he would work with anyone right now, and he'd be believable in any situation you put him in. Do I really think he'd win that match?
No.
No. But if you tell me he goes 20 minutes with Roman and at least gives you an idea that maybe he gets a quick upset somewhere,
we know Roman loves a false finish.
That's what Miz can do. And you got to give the Miz his flowers. I'm so sick and tired of people hating on the Miz all the time.
Well, it was the opposite. People were loving on the Miz, saying that he shouldn't have been in this segment or this match.
That's because they're upset because they feel like they're not the ones that get to criticize him. They feel like the WWE's criticizing him by putting him with Danhausen. The Miz is pretty happy he's with Danhausen. This is the most TV time he's gotten since R-Truth and him teamed up again. So,
all right,
people are like, why would the Miz want to do this? He's on TV every week, doing stupid stuff. Why wouldn't you want to do that? It's hilarious.
Let's shift gears to Asuka and Io because you need to calm down. You're gonna have a heart attack.
Whatever.
So Io and Asuka, they go out and they have a great match.
You're gonna make me cry.
I mean, I don't know if Io can have a bad match.
It's a problem.
She's allergic to bad matches. She just doesn't have them. So they go out and they have a fantastic match. And at the end, well, first off, Io 100 IQ move pulls up Wade Barrett's notepad and blocks the miss.
Classic. Love that spot.
Fantastic move. Asuka couldn't believe it. And then we go and Io eventually gets the win. And then after the match, they hug it out, they celebrate, and Asuka seems to have retired?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird there. I read today that semi-retired.
Yeah, I heard semi-retired too.
But it definitely seemed like she was saying, I'm done. Now, I don't know if that means she's done in WWE, or maybe she goes back to do a few things in Japan before she officially is done. But it was a good swan song for her. I mean, if anyone's going to be her last match in WWE.
Yeah, it's her mentee, the protege.
Yeah. And I think she was reading the writing on the wall, especially I think she lost a lot of...
When Kyrie got fired.
Yeah, a lot of the desire. I mean, they've been doing Kabuki Warriors since, what, 2020?
Ever since Kyrie got there, really.
2021?
I mean, it's on and off a little bit, because I think Kyrie got fired before.
Yeah, well, she got hurt a lot, and Asuka would get hurt here and there. Yeah. I mean, they've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, consistently for a long time,
That kind of brought her down a little bit. But yeah, I mean, what a career. That NXT run,
one of the best signings WWE's made in a long time.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's probably the best NXT run ever.
Yeah, I mean, she was undefeated. Anybody.
Yeah, and she left undefeated.
Yeah.
She didn't even, give it away. No. She just was like, I'm done.
I'm done. I beat everybody.
So, yeah, I would say best NXT run ever. She came up.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Hot. She got a little squandered in that match I was at with Charlotte.
Oh, right.
Really, I mean, they just, they kind of just were like, these Japanese stars, we're just going to embarrass them tonight. I don't know what happened there at that WrestleMania. But
I mean, she's the first ever Women's Rumble winner.
Shinsuke. Yep.
She won a Money in the Bank and didn't even have to cash it in because Becky got pregnant.
She's held all the titles. Raw and SmackDown. I don't know if she ever held WWE World.
No, I don't think so.
But
she held the other
ones. I saw today that she's had a WWE title every year she's been in the company.
Makes sense.
If it's been tag team or a world
she's
title,
a lot of tag team titles,
or NXT title. So she's always had a title. So, and she's always elevated that title. Yeah, I mean, she's one of the best women's wrestlers WWE's ever had.
Yes.
So, and she really came in right at that boom of women's wrestling.
Maybe the best of all time. One of the best they've ever, the best.
I can't say that. I think if they could have pushed her better, I think she would have been if they would have really played into that the NXT. If we're talking about just that NXT character, if they would have brought that same character to WWE, yes. But they just unfortunately dropped the ball too many times with her. She could have easily been. She could have had a Roman Reigns run.
Yeah, probably.
With the titles. I mean, easy.
But now,
it's good to see her go out.
Yeah,
on that
and it gets Io out of the story now that Kyrie's gone.
Yeah, now we can move her. Like I said on the last the preview, that let's move her towards maybe Liv.
Mm-hmm.
Do something with that. Get her back in the title picture. Make her feel relevant again because they were burying her for so long. They were burying her with Rhea. I mean, it was a great tag team, but she deserves to be in the main event picture all the time. She is too good to be buried down in the mid card. Put her in the main events. You tell me her and Liv wouldn't have an amazing match?
They probably would, yeah.
So let's start bringing that
versus
back
Stephanie
up.
when Stephanie gets healthy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you can put her with anybody. So that's the thing about Io. You put her with anybody, and you're going to have great matches. Oh, okay. We're doing a lot of Miz praise, and let's not get carried away. Let's not completely just obliterate all our sense of knowing what wrestling is. Yeah, let's not kill our credit right now.
All right. Well, since we don't really know what the future holds for Asuka, let's go to something that everybody's been waiting on: the main event. Roman Reigns. Oh! You want to talk about John Cena? I was kind of waiting for that to be the last thing, but
we do this every single time.
No, I didn't forget this time. I was kind of waiting for that to be the.
No, but you always your order is just so weird. I got to figure out who to host the show. Because my goodness, your order just blows me away sometimes. You're telling me we're going to end with John Cena and not end with the main event?
I mean, I thought the Cena thing was a little bit more interesting to talk about long term. So
no,
okay,
you end with the main event.
Let's talk about Cena then. So John Cena comes out and they chant one more match, and I said,
no chance.
I said let's not ask for one more match. Let's ask for like 9 more matches, but whatever. So Cena comes out and he's doing all the talk and he's doing the Cena politic thing that he always does.
Mm-hmm.
And then he announces something that I had no idea was coming. The John Cena Classic, which I would think would be similar to the Dusty Rhodes Classic they used to do in NXT. Just for
nope, not even close.
Not even close? I mean, I know it's not a tag team thing, obviously, but
no, did you even listen to it? Okay.
He's having NXT guys fight main roster guys, and the fans are voting for who they think is going to win the championship. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah. So basically, they're basically making a new event. From what I understand, there's going to be this. It's going to be a whole event where it's going to be main roster versus NXT, like you said.
Yeah.
You're going to have those matches on that card, right? And then at the end, the fans vote for who wins.
Yes.
So let's say Tony D'Angelo fights
Randy Orton.
I gotta go through my Randy Orton, and Randy Orton hits him with an RKO at the beginning of the match, pins him 1, 2, 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the night, the fans vote and they say, "Well, Tony kind of got screwed here. Tony's your new John Cena Classic champion." Okay. I don't know. It just seems.
Now, I have 2 thoughts.
I'm all for giving fans a voice, but the fans are idiots.
Well, I have 2 thoughts. One, they're bringing another championship in, and you love championships, so.
I hate championships.
I know.
Why?
Another championship. Everybody loves.
No one's ever beaten Braun Strowman as the greatest Royal Rumble winner ever. That's still going on.
He's still the champ.
He's still the champion.
And then my second thought is, do we really believe WWE is giving the fans full control?
Yes.
We really believe that. So
yes.
So the fans can vote for R-Truth to be the champion. They can vote for Maxine Dupree to be the champion. They can vote for Danhausen to be the champion.
Yes.
Or do we think it's a Cyber Sunday style thing where they say they have control, but it's manipulated by the company?
Well, to be fair, Taboo Tuesday was legit.
That's why they changed it.
And then they realized,
because this is a bad idea to give the fans the vote. It doesn't fit the narrative they want to tell.
No, but I think this is going to be such a one-off, dark corner that no storylines are going into this.
Okay.
So when you're not having the actual storylines involved, I don't think they care. So if you want to make Danhausen the John Cena champion, I don't think
fans
they're going to care too. Now, all I'm going to say about the new title belt is if this thing's not an effing spinner belt, then I'm going to lose my.
I don't think they're going to make it. It's going to fit.
It better be a spinner belt.
I would assume it's going to fit the current mold of titles.
No, it's a John Cena Classic. Who's the only MFer that has that spinner belt? John Cena. This thing better be a spinner. I don't care if it's the spinner with John Cena's stupid face.
He just spins his face around.
It better be a spinner belt. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, you're going to be very disappointed, I think.
Nope. Spin.
And it's just going to be another championship that's never going to get defended because it's a one-off.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'd be more happy if it's just a one-off, that whoever wins it gets the title that night, and then you don't see it again for another year if they do it yearly.
Yeah, it's going to be like that Crown Jewel title, the huge title that you only see every year, once a year.
As long as this thing's not going to be defended every week and annoying to look at. Now, if they're using it as like some kind of stupid prop, okay, I'm okay with that. Like if Danhausen's got it, he's showing off like he's the world champion. That's funny. Like I'm okay with that.
That could be good. Yeah.
But don't bring it out and say, "Oh, here I am." I don't want to see some real wrestler carrying that around. I don't want to see like you said, like Randy Orton. I don't want to see Randy Orton get voted to win this title, and then he's carrying around John Cena's face around everywhere.
That could be pretty good.
No.
I just think there's no way that this goes well in terms of the fans voting seriously. So
now here's my question to you: is that who wins the fan vote if your main event of the John Cena Classic is Danhausen versus Zombie Gingerbread Man? Who wins that vote?
The Gingerbread Man would win because WWE fans are stupid and they
I don't know.
They want to see chaos. They want to see the Gingerbread Man win.
Then we get Minihausen coming
Who's wrestling under the gingerbread mask? Is this a suicide situation? Who's underneath the mask?
Liliotti's under there. He's doing it.
We got a Daniels Kazarian TJP type of situation.
Yeah. Yep. Let's do it. People hate them both, but neither will probably win.
I'm just excited because there's going to be some pretty good matchups. Stuff that you would never think to see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Because you could, speaking of Randy Orton, you could have him versus Miles Bourne, which a lot of people think Miles Bourne is like the reincarnated Randy Orton. So,
well, see, my problem with it is probably going to be that you're not going to get any big time stars on this card.
You don't. I mean, Cena said he wants to be pretty involved. You don't think that the main guys are going to want to?
Cena will be.
Yeah, but you don't think the main guys are going to want to wrestle for Cena?
I don't think any of the older
like Cody, Orton.
I mean, okay, I can see like the Miz do it.
Yeah,
but you're telling me you're gonna have Cody Rhodes main event, the John Cena Classic
against Mason Rook, Will Cruz.
Stop it.
Now we're talking.
There's not enough guys in NXT to justify that. If we were talking NXT from last year, I'd be more willing to say, yeah, you could have had the Cody Open match there. You could have had Ricky Sainz versus Randy Orton. There was a ton of guys down there. You could have had Joe Hendry versus somebody. You could have had Blake Monroe versus somebody. But there's nobody down there right now that's established enough. They brought them all up.
Well, good news. They didn't say a date yet, so maybe they're going to wait until these guys are established in NXT.
Yeah, but I don't think by then you would see, like, the only guy that's really established down there is D'Angelo. Do you really want to see Cody Rhodes versus Tony D'Angelo?
Well, you got Miles Bourne's kind of established. He's more established than all the new guys, so.
If I wanted to see a main event with somebody with Miles Bourne, I'd rather see Stephanie. Do the classic Roman Reigns on set. If I wanted to main event a pay-per-view, I would have got your wife.
Oh, man. I'm very interested to see this John Cena Classic because it is...
Yes, it's going to be weird.
It's a good showcase, but it's going to be very strange to see how it all plays out.
I mean, it fits John Cena's character to a T. How many times has he said that's always the fans? Mm-hmm. It's always the fans.
Yes.
It's always the fans.
Yeah.
So if anybody's going to do something weird like this...
I'm just interested to see how it all plays out.
I'm glad it was something crazy, though, and not just...
Yeah, it wasn't just WWE Club like we thought.
Club, yeah. So at least it was something unique and different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was happy about. But...
All right, now, do you want to get to the main event?
Yes,
You're
now
gonna
we can
keep
go.
holding me back and saying I'm stupid.
Sorry. Well, sometimes you just make bad decisions. I have to call you out.
All right, let's talk main
My
event
job.
because a lot of stuff happened. But I want to start right off the bat before we like break down some of the intricacies of this match. Did Jacob
That's a big word.
Fatu turn heel?
No,
No. Okay.
I don't think he did. And I'm gonna say I don't think he did simply because I don't really know if Roman's a face.
Okay.
And you know, like
Was he booked by me?
everyone,
Is he a tweener?
okay, they're all tweeners. Like, okay, Roman kind of acts like a face, but he's also still the same d-bag Roman Reigns that's been around.
Yeah, but he's more likable now.
That's fine. Just because he's more likable doesn't mean he's a face.
I think he's more of a face than he was during the Tribal Chief Bloodline peak.
Well, I'm not saying that. I agree with that. I'm not saying he's a heel. I'm saying I don't sit here and say, yes, Roman Reigns is a 100% babyface.
Okay.
So then if I'm saying Roman Reigns is a 100% a babyface, then I don't think I can say that Fatu is 100% a heel. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he just came off WrestleMania where we're chanting his name. And at the pay-per-view, they're chanting his name.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They only stopped when he started attacking Roman after.
So I think they're both kind of in the in-between.
So you're saying they're not white meat baby faces like Cody. They're more dark meat baby faces.
I'm just saying they're going for they're both going for the same cause, and they're at a conflict. That's what I'm saying.
So where do we go from here? Does this go match number 2, or do we get a little bit of time off from this and Roman goes somewhere else?
Like I said earlier in the show, I could totally see something where they end up going to Clash of Italy. Maybe do some kind of like maybe not what they used to call that the why am I blanking on that match type for the Ula Fala?
Oh, Bloodline Rules?
But wasn't there a match? Was that what it was called?
Yeah, Bloodline Rules match where Roman could do whatever he wanted.
No, not that one.
Oh.
Tribal Combat.
Tribal Combat. Okay.
Like, I don't think they're going to go that way because Fatu said before he doesn't want to be Tribal Chief.
Yeah, he just wants the title because he wants
He
what
just
comes
wants
with
the
it.
title. But I could see them doing some type of match like that. Maybe a straight.
Okay, like a Tribal Combat style match. But
street fight. But like some kind of match, maybe a last man standing
something
match.
that doesn't involve you win, you become the Tribal Chief. Just that you win, you get the title.
I mean, maybe they even do an I Quit match.
Oh.
They've been using this submission. So maybe they go to an I Quit style at Clash of Italy. And then you get that kind of setup.
We could talk about the Tongan death grip because, I mean, Jacob put it on Roman a lot during that match.
Well, he's been using it the last couple of weeks and just obliterated.
Yeah, and then after the match, he hits the referee with a pop-up Samoan drop, and then he tosses Adam Pearce out of the ring. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was good, yeah.
And Jamie Noble gets hit. I think he got hit with a super kick. It was Gregory Helms. Gregory Helms got hit with it, not Jamie Noble.
Still taking bumps.
And then he applies the Tongan death grip to Roman, and Roman starting foaming at the mouth and spitting up stuff. And it was pretty gross. I didn't like that part. But
You're such a...
But then Jacob holds.
You watch the grossest TV shows, and then Roman's spitting up a little blood. You're like, oh
No,
my
it wasn't
God,
blood. It was just regular spit.
I can't watch this. It's so gross.
It was pretty gross. But then Jacob grabs the title and holds it up. So we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. I don't even know what show Jacob's on. Is he on Raw? He goes both ways. He's on both. So
I know. Well, that's the thing too. They're both kind of showing up on both shows.
Well, not Roman. The Usos.
But
Roman only shows up on Raw.
Well, that's okay. The storyline is, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. The Usos are.
You
going
can't get Roman on SmackDown too. What are you talking about?
No. That's not what I meant. But yes, so you're kind of moving that around. Yeah, I know. I just think they're going to go some way that route. I could really see it being an I Quit match with using that tongue and death grip as kind of like that. Like, who's going to say I quit?
What if they do a old school 2007 style where you can't use the punt? Or you can't use the spear. It's been banned or whatever.
That was stupid. When Sean fought Orton at Survivor Series and he wasn't allowed to use the Sweet Chin music.
Yeah, stuff like that.
So he just kicked him in the balls. That's classic.
Or
I don't
the
know.
Undertaker
But that's
triangle
where I
choke
would
got
go.
banned, stuff like that.
But I could totally see, or you know what would really be a smart move? I just watched this match recently, and that's what made me think of it. They did a match of Backlash 2007. Undertaker,
No, not
Batista.
Backlash 2007.
Shut up! Greatest Backlash ever. By the
Greatest
way.
Backlash.
You have Undertaker, Batista, last man standing. And how do they end that match? You remember?
I don't.
A spear off the stage into the electrical area. They both can't make the 10 count.
Mm.
So you have that happen. Undertaker retains, right? So let's say at Clash of Italy, you do last man standing, Roman, Jacob Fatu. And you have some sort of finish where both of them lay themselves out through whatever. It could be a spear through it. It could be a Samoan drop through something. Whatever they end up doing, they both out. They both don't make 10. Roman stays champion, but you could also sell it as Roman stays champion, but now he's going to be gone for a little bit. He's hurt a little bit.
He's got to go in the back to
match.
tank.
And then he's not going to be there for Night of Champions. But how you build up Fatu after that is he comes out the next night of Raw like a freaking monster and says, Roman had to leave. I'm still good. All gas, no brakes.
He may do that tomorrow night on Raw.
And he starts smoking somebody. And then you get him leading to a match where he can do that. And then Roman can come back and set up his SummerSlam match.
Now, what did you think about the lack of Uso involvement?
Great. I'm glad Roman's not getting help. That was one of the things I hated the most about his Bloodline story was that every single match he had, they had to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And it just felt underwhelming for Roman. You felt like he was supposed to be the dominant champion, and it just always needed help. I like how they're playing Roman's character now, where he takes a beating, and he just barely survived. This is the second time he's done that.
Mm-hmm.
He did it at WrestleMania. Took a beating from CM Punk, barely survived, and ends up winning. He did the same thing on Backlash. He barely survived. He got beat by Jacob, and barely survived. Outsmarts him, just like he did to Punk. Outsmarts him because he's the vet, and then ends up beating him, barely. I like that character of Roman way better. Because the other character of Roman that needed the help all the time, yes, that made him a great heel, but it made his overall, power as a wrestler, I felt like diminished him a little bit. And I like the way they're doing it now, where he still has all the aura, but you can tell he's having to figure it out on his own now. Like that spot where he takes the turnbuckle pad off and throws it into it and then hits the spear. That's all mental. And that's what I like what Roman's doing now is he's winning these matches with his brain and not his brute force. And that's why I think that character has evolved to the best part of that Tribal Chief character. Mm-hmm. Is that now he's the old chief. He's not the super young chief that's obliterating people left and right, double pinning Edge and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. That's not who this guy is anymore.
He's grizzled.
This guy he's the cerebral chief. He's using his intelligence and his big match experience on these guys, outsmarting them, and then end up hitting the big spear and winning the match.
Yeah, because
that is the evolution.
Jacob's the one who just goes all in and doesn't think about it.
Exactly. Jacob is playing the character that Roman played in 1819, where he was just it was all brute force. Roman is playing I know how to beat this. I'm smarter than you.
I just got to survive.
I know where I can make you overcommit, and then I can play that part and then end up surviving the match. That's what I like about what Roman's doing right now.
I do got to say, they got to get rid of these announce tables and go back to the other ones. The spot that Roman got put through the table, it didn't break initially, and then it breaks a little bit later, like half a second later, and then he lands weird. I didn't like it.
Yeah. They're just too reinforced. They got too much junk on them, and they're not comfortable. Like the other tables, at least they broke pretty evenly every time. These, like, sometimes the lip stays up.
Well, you'd have the
Sometimes
one off
that
where it
one
doesn't break,
edge.
like the Kevin Owens splash on. I think it was on Roman actually, back
Yeah.
in the day, and
Yeah,
it didn't
sometimes.
break initially. Then he goes and does
Oh,
it
you
again.
well, you had the classic Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, where he breaks his ribs
Oh, right, right.
when he does the
Yeah,
moonsault
that. Oh, I hate that
and
move.
lands right on it. And he's just like
Yeah,
screaming.
that's a nasty spot.
So, but yeah, I mean, mostly they broke pretty evenly. So, but who knows? But yeah, I'm glad to see what they're doing with Roman.
Do you have
I would
any?
go the route of what?
I was gonna say, do you have any final predictions for Monday Night Raw? What's gonna happen post Backlash? Backlash.
I mean, Roman will be there. I mean, Roman did end the show by saying that was Jacob Fatu's last night.
He did say that. Yep.
So I don't know what he's playing him, but I could also see Jacob Fatu just laying him out again.
What if he
Like,
hits
just
him?
taking
What
him
if he
out.
takes him out right as he gets out of the car?
Just slams the door on him. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, I think they're not finished here. Now, also, we said the same thing about Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, and Randy Orton hasn't showed up since.
This is true. This is true.
So it's like, I guess they were finished. I don't know.
Or Randy was just more hurt than we thought.
And yeah, maybe that could be, but also, like, at least come out and say something. We just are sitting here like, is he okay?
Yeah, Cody's already moved on to Gunther.
Yeah, he's doing the Gunther thing now, which I'm fine with. I like Gunther, and I think that's going to be a good match at Clash.
Yeah, Cody's easy to find but hard to beat.
So, but I will say though, on a note personally, that I picked up some big points in our fantasy at Backlash.
Oh, with Roman winning?
Got Roman in the main event and winning, and Ed Trick winning.
Yeah, well, we knew that was going to happen. We knew Sammy wasn't winning that match.
And you got Braun.
But I didn't even have Sammy. I benched him, so I think.
I think so, because I think he knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
Because you get no points if he's on the card unless he's in the main event.
Yeah.
But nobody had Fatu. But you did get points for Braun, though.
That's good.
I could have got points for Seth if he would have won, but I'm happy Braun won.
Yeah, I knew Backlash was going to be bad because I knew Roman was going to win, so.
So we still got Saturday night's main event.
And then Clash.
And
Double or
we also
Nothing.
have Double or Nothing. So.
Which I don't think, MJF might go bald. You might not get.
He might win back the title, too. Who knows?
Well, that has been our. Oh, you want something?
I just want to throw this out there, too, by the way. That the Fairway to Heck AEW thing last night. Crazy arena.
Yeah, I saw Darby was like doing a coffin drop into the sand.
They're in like the golf course. That's the one thing I like about AEW. I miss that about the old WWE. Just throw in, like, you're doing a themed event. If we're doing a themed golf event, let's make it golf event themed.
I had no idea what was going on. I didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah, it was their special collision episode. So, yeah. And so, but I just want to say the main event, there's one spot in that main event between Darby and Pac where he goes 2 stories down through tables.
Mm-hmm.
Pac throws him off there. Come on, man. What?
This is what Darby does.
Jesus. What are we doing?
Darby fell off a ladder that was in the ring, fell off the ladder, through a thing of glass on the outside.
Oh, my God, man. Real
good.
And he still won the match. That's the craziest part.
Well, yeah, because he's not losing until he loses to MJF.
He still pulled out the win. And now he's got to fight Takeshita, whatever his name is.
What?
Takeshita.
Oh, Takeshita.
I never... Takeshita. You always yell at me about his name.
Yeah, that's because you struggle to pronounce names.
I have a very bad skill about pronouncing people's names. Juan Cena.
He wasn't Danhausen's partner.
Man, yeah, I was happy. That would have been like HBK coming back for that Crown Jewel match.
I don't think it would have been like that.
I'm bald
Cena
now.
could still go.
I'm bald.
Sean just couldn't go anymore.
Kane's mask falls off. Triple H tears his quad, or not his quad, his tricep. Oh my God.
Maybe we'll have to do a what the F on that.
There's plenty of what the F's
Yeah.
on that one.
But that has been our Backlash.
Backlash.
recap of what
Backlash.
happened last night. It was a good pay-per-view. I really enjoyed it, and we hope you did too. If you have any comments or questions or thoughts, leave them down below. Leave them on Spotify and on YouTube both. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, Brothers Wrestling, and we will catch you in the next one.
It's Backlash.